Hello, everybody. Good morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever time zone it is for you. I'm actually good morning. It's morning time for me. I'm based out of here in California. Once again, thank you all for hopping on with us. We are definitely sisters talking NFTs. We are excited about what we're doing. It's been a blessing for us as far as being able to come on and share with you all. Once again, my name is Talkin Kid. I'm happy you guys are here with us. We will definitely continue to stay in this NFT space. Many of you know we have been in the NFT space for a little over a year. Super excited about what's going on. And yes, we got in on some projects very early on, and we still continue to look for new projects so that we can say we still early on some new projects. And so, again, we're excited that you guys are here with us. Today's plan, like normal, is to share with you guys some of the things that's in the news, and then also share some things with you as far as some of the different projects that we've either invested in or some of the ones we're even looking to invest in. And so just want to say that with you guys just to get started. And so therefore, I'll let my sister go ahead and do her part now.
Oh, yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Jessica Richardson. Been doing NFTs, like she said, now about over a year and some change. Excited to be here, express some knowledge that we did learn over this last year with investing and being part of projects. Been doing this, like I said, about over a year now. I'm happy everybody's here to enjoy what we have to give to them. And so just excited to get it started.
Yep. They keep coming back, Jessica.
That's right.
so we're not the only crazy people in the space.
That's right.
You'd be like, dog, is everybody still doing the NFT thing? You'd be like, wow, more people are joining in on the NFT space. But it's exciting because I think some of the projects, that are now you're actually getting to see what they were talking about they were going to do. They're actually doing some of those things. And so, again, I know we always talk about the importance of getting into some solid projects. And that's really the gist of the NFT space. There are a lot of projects that drop every single day. We don't get in every project that drops every single day, just because they're here today and gone tomorrow. Some of them, some of them you get lucky and you're like, okay, you can flip them really quick. But for us, again, we're more of a long-term holder people. We're trying to get into some projects that we think are going to be around for some time, because there's a lot of benefits of being in some of those projects early, and also being in those projects because they simply will be here for a longer period of time. Okay, especially if the NFT space continues to do what it's doing. So that's a little bit about that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to start sharing my screen. So let me turn this other screen on here, and we'll get started with showing you guys. Did that turn on? Okay, boom. Here we go. All right. Couple things as far as for many of you guys, if you have joined us, our Facebook group is whatsnfts.com. We've definitely have been putting some information there daily. Sometimes, again, like when we're able to put notices out. I think the other day, it was a VV drop on a Saturday. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I slept in. I was like, shoot. But that body woke up and at 7:55, like, don't you know you got to drop?
That's right.
Like it's on the schedule.
So we do try to put it out there in advance, sometimes the night before, or even if, like she say, 15 minutes before. But if you're in with the Facebook group, we do give you at least some notifications on some drops in there.
Yeah, because it's like and we try. But again, I'll tell you, some of these drops have been selling out faster and faster and faster and faster. But it's part of more people understanding the NFT space and more people wanting to invest in the NFT space. People aren't going to keep sitting back saying, "Oh, you're making this money. We're going to go ahead and let you keep making this money. We're not going to invest it all." Nah, they're going to be like, "What you investing in, and how do I get involved with it?" So as more people come along, it's going to definitely continue to get not busier, but it's going to get more competitive, should I say, as far as getting some of these drops. But again, Blancos still doing some fantastic things. Still very excited about the Blancos project. They have, I mean, they're making some great partnerships. This drop that they have, because it was yesterday was a drop. I'm telling you, I was at Costco, literally at Costco. I'm telling you, I got to share this real quick, because I was at Costco with my mom, and Majesty yesterday, and I was like, okay, you know what? I said the drop is in. It was at 245, 250. I was like, I got to make it to the register at Costco and try to get to my car, get a hotspot going at Costco from my computer that I left in the car, so I could try to get into the drop. Because see, y'all know I'm not I can figure out how to get on my phone, but I'm a computer person. Massey was like, "Well, I'm staying in the store. I can do mine right from my computer." Mm-hmm. So I'm rushing to Costco. I literally told the lady at the register, because Massey needed the receipt because she was trying to get her new computer. I'm trying to exit the door. You know, you can't exit out of Costco unless you had a receipt. So I told the lady at the return center, I was like, "Listen, I'm sorry, but I just need to leave my cart right here real quick so I can get to my computer real quick, and I'll be right back." And there's my daughter. So I've had Massey wave her hand. I literally left my cart right there at the checkout thing.
You're serious.
And I'm serious. Ran to the car and still didn't get one.
Yeah. All that effort. That's what it does too.
but I'm committed.
That's right. And just even to say that, like, some of the people didn't maybe get that drop yesterday, and we do know there's one today at 3, but they can also pick up those on the aftermarket as well. But like she's saying, committed to getting that drop, trying to get it at the lowest price before the secondary market has any chance to mark it up. Was about key for her.
It was key. I have not planned. I literally tried to do that. But I'm gonna have to time my days a little bit better. I thought I had plenty of time. I was like, but at least let me just take my computer with me just in case. And yeah, I was in the parking lot trying to get a hotspot. I know people probably look at me like, "Did she have her computer on top of her car trying to do?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to get this drop." But anyway, I know you can, like she said, you definitely can go into and buy those after, on the open market. I think they're additional about $100 something right now. And
sorry.
Go ahead, Jessica.
Oh no, I was gonna say in the app that you see yesterday was the white ghost white one. Today is gonna be the OG black one, and then the next day it's gonna be the mask. So if you don't want to like buy the Blanco for $224, you can still get the mask, and that can be worn on any of the Blancos that you already do own. So there are a couple more today and tomorrow for you those chances to pick something up.
Yeah. And it's important. Everybody, again, the mask can definitely be valuable because, again, you want people in the metaverse and in these games, they want to look the best. So don't overlook the games. The Blancos did come out at $249. Was it $249 or $229? But the mask will be coming out for $49. So make sure if you would like to participate in that particular drop that's going to be happening. Definitely do that. $224.99 is what the Blancos were out for yesterday. Okay, so again, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, that will be on today. Next, let's go ahead and just talk about this one, Jessica.
Oh, I missed my time anyway, so it was at 2:30 in the a.m. and I thought it was tonight. It was yesterday, and I was up, so I was like, I didn't even realize it. But for those that did get to reserve their time slot that we put in the chat or in the Facebook last week, the days are coming up now. And so you should be able to go on and log in using your email to be able to reserve that with your debit or credit card now. If you do miss the slot, it will tell you you cannot no longer reserve. So just make sure you're double checking those times because they do go all the way into they started this morning. So you may have missed the time just because it was on GMT time or it's a certain time schedule that it's on. So just pay attention. Go log in with your email if you did register and see if you have that.
Yeah, reserve. I think we put this notice out, even early on within the the Facebook group, as far as if you hadn't gone on for the first time to just go and put your email on and try to get a time slot. So if you did do that, you could have definitely bought one of these for $15. I literally had to get up for me and for my husband. I think my time was 3:30 this morning. His time was, and he had already gone to work, was 5:05. So I was like a zombie. I was like, I'm going to set an alarm for 3:28. Took my computer right by my bed, 3:28. I'm opening my computer to try to hit a buy. And I'm like, y'all want me to input a new doggone card on here today? So yeah, but that's the addicts over here. We still the addicts. So
Oh,
that's
that's
the
right.
part of doing that.
Oh, and I'm sorry. I just wanted, I did see, I forgot about answering that question about the Blancos. You do not need a mask. A Blancos to get the mask. You can just buy the mask. And if you want to sell those, you can use them, but you won't be able to use those on the Blancos without having it. You have a loaner Blancos that you can put it on, but you can still purchase the mask without owning a specific Blancos. Now
And
we can
that's
go
good.
back to the sorry.
Yeah, no, that's good because and even I think we've talked about that even on the blocks. I'll go there real quick. Make sure even as far as some of the accessories, they have a lot that's available. You don't like what Jessica said. Even the accessories that you can definitely go on and buy on the open market. These sometimes once these are over, people will still want these that may have missed this particular drop down the line. You can still definitely buy the accessories, which would like the mask is considered one of those also. Okay, so that's that. But again, this particular thing, the MotoGP drop, make sure you make your time slot. They give you a 5-minute window. If your 5-minute window is over, you have moved on. And so the last time I know when they were originally dropping these, they sold out so fast. It was so fast.
And
So
to add to that, if they're familiar with buying with crypto, they can go to the VIF3 and pick these up on the secondary market if they're not able to pick them up. But just making sure if you want to get it in the drop and get some, maybe you have a chance to get more of a rare card. Definitely, you want to pay attention to if we see any of these dropping more in the Facebook. Sign up for those, reserve your slot, and just secure a pack for $15. It's the best thing to do.
good stuff. Alrighty. All right. Go ahead, Jessica. You on this one?
Oh yes, So Hoodlum is going to be coming out. The artist. This is dropping today. Before they did announce you had the KYC, but they no longer are requiring that. You just have to verify. So the drop will be today for $123. As you can see, it's going to be a lot of different. It's going to be about 5,000 of those. Some people did. They delayed it because some people didn't get to claim their free one that they did for signing up for the beta access. But not all those have been claimed, or the people that did at least attempt to claim them, they're claimed for. So now you can see here, it's like 4,100 or so left. And today that'll be dropping for 123 if you want to take your chance at trying to get one of the So Hoodlums NFT projects.
And many of you should have claimed those for free. That was another notice that was put out. So make sure. But again, like today, that's a good point on these. Sometimes I think even it's important, when you're new to the space, sometimes there are going to be some opportunities for you to get some things for free. And it's just another way of building your portfolio up because once these things, let's say if they do come out and you did get some of the, whether it's a free item, sometimes those free items can be just as valuable as having to have paid for something. So don't overlook things that you can do for free. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, hey, spend all your time trying to look for free items. That is not what I'm saying. If you're going to, what I am saying is as far as if you do see notices that are put out there and it's like an easy one for you to go do it. Because we're not even going to talk about what's the other one? We're not part of beta.
Green and
Yeah,
Ham.
yeah.
The sale of Clint's, that one.
Matt's still part of that beta, and they have been buying over there. But we're not going to talk about that today because we still excited. Dr. Seuss, yeah, Dr. Seuss. But they still buying over there. So again, she was part of the beta. So again, that's what's important. But that's funny. Just wanted to bring that up again. Okay, so make sure if you haven't done this one, this one will be dropping today at 5:00. This is on my time zone. Actually, so in 5 hours, so it's actually about 5 o'clock my time. All right, so very important if you want to do some research on these, and hopefully some of the ones we're giving you, you'll still have some time. We're not sitting here to say, hey, we're not your financial advisors. We're not telling you to go buy any of these items. Do your own research. All we can do is try to give you some ideas as far as things that we've been looking at, things that we've kind of researched on. And sometimes you have to understand, sometimes we don't have a time to research everything because things drop so fast sometimes. Or someone may send a message to like, hey, have you checked this particular project? We may have to skim over it literally in like 5 to 15 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. Be like, okay, actually, this is a go for it. It can happen that fast. And if you're new, that's not something that's going to happen right off the bat for you. But it is something as far as if you start getting into some projects and you start seeing the same people or someone that's, someone that you've been following or already been a part of the project, it'll help you as far as saying, hey, you know what, I can take a chance on this particular project. Okay, so we are not sitting here to tell you to go spend no thousands of dollars just jumping in stuff. Do some research. All right.
Oh yes, we can bring up Chibi Dinos. This is a project I got involved with maybe a month or so ago, or we both did. What I did like in the beginning is that they were talking about NBA and influencers that they were going to have attached to each team. If you are following them in the Discord, they have announced a lot of those team members and the influencers that may be behind them. They also have announced that they had a recent like promotion. If you're in the Discord, that if you bought one of these, now you will be entitled to one of the jerseys. I'm not sure if that is still running. Like I say, paying attention to these chats and the discourse of their announcements is very important to each project. And they also have started announcing things like tickets with Sky Zone free for their members. So they're putting a lot of utility behind them. But always remember, with a lot of these projects, you are getting involved with it while it's building out. And so sometimes you're going to be sitting in those. And if you're not really planning on being in something for 3, even 6 months or so, because to tell you the truth, the most returns are going to be in 6 months with some things, specifically even with art. So if you just want to buy one and see if you, because now the team members have been announced. Like I said, there's different influencers, different teams from NBA players to college players as well. But each team down here, as you can see, will have their own jersey. Like I said, do check in the Discord to make sure that promotion is still going. With buying one of these, you would be entitled to that team jersey. It was I believe, like the first 500 or so. But I just did want to mention this. A lot of the NFTs are putting out different utilities behind their NFTs. So when you're buying it, it may not have everything that's behind it. And that's what most of them. Checking out the roadmap, seeing if you like the thing that the project is going to be doing or offering is very important. And so Chibi Dinos, I did like this. Like I said, I go to NBA Top Shots. Make sure you are doing your own research. What I would risk and what you would risk are maybe two different things, but paying attention to projects' roadmaps and the things that they are doing into their discords, in their community is something really important. So just wanted to bring that one back up. Like I said, there are some promotions and some things that they are doing in their Discord. They are very active in their Discord. So make sure with mentioning that, if you are going to site website, go to their Discord page from their website. There's a lot of different scams and stuff going on. Not sure of what links are, but if you have the site's official link, go from there, or even on their official Twitter page, they will have their Discord usually connected to the bottom or on the side. I think it's up a little bit on the side. So just make sure here up top. Yes. So if you go to the site, go from their official site is the best thing for you to do with a lot of things in the NFT space.
Yeah. Yeah. Say that again. That's good. Very good point. Okay, so that's a Chibi Dino. So make sure double check that particular thing. Okay, Penelope. I know some of you guys have been invested in Penelope. We're definitely invested in Penelope's. Carlini's still doing some fantastic things with the cats. I just don't even know what else to say. I think as far as even as far as coming on and doing a lot of the AMAs to explain what's going on, there's just pieces that are being put together. And there's more people, more of the bigger people who've already been in the NFT space that are continuing to invest into the Penelope project. I think it's important, again, as far as Jessica was saying too, as far as, certain things having utilities and stuff. We were sitting there trying to put together, because they actually put a video out, and we're trying to listen to the video. And like, okay, they left a couple of cute clues there. It was like, okay, first airdrop is going to be a sweatshirt, but it's supposed to have, like, if you burn the sweatshirt, if you do something, or if you collect all 10 of the, let's say if you have 10 of them, each cat that you have will be entitled to a sweatshirt from what I've able to understand on the video. But each one, if you have 10 of them, then if you could turn the 10 in, or the 10 would turn into something else. It's a lot to it. So we've been trying to interpret this. We're going to try to go back and watch the video again, because he didn't like say, well, this is going to happen, or this is what's going to take place after that. So it's just kind of putting some pieces together. So we have some information, but not fully the full information, and that's simply because it's just not out all the way. But again, before you're burning or accepting all of your NFTs, it did say something about on the video as far as even being able to claim those NFTs directly from the site. So go on YouTube, start subscribing to projects that you're invested in. Subscribe to those. Find out when they're dropping new videos. Find out in their Discord. And like I said, YouTube is still one of the top ones, but they're also their Discord. Sometimes their information gets out there a little faster before they end up being able to put those things into video form. So again, Penelope is there. He's doing Carlene's doing some fantastic things. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, especially like she's saying, if you don't know what different forms of tokens that they have without the explanation, you don't want to just be redeeming something and not knowing what you're giving away. I'm so hesitant to start things with any project that they're starting out because they're testing it, and you don't want to be part of the test. I want to know how the test went, but I don't want to be part of the test. So
You looking like y'all still testing over there?
yes,
and, and they going on.
That's right. That's right.
You look through the window trying to get back in. Like, nope,
Right.
we're not trying to get back in. So that's important. Again, I think it's important. Trying if you're investing in projects, figure out again, do some research and figure out that time frame that you're going to be invested in that project. It can't. Are we not saying that people can go on here and flip on? You absolutely can. But that's not some of these projects. I'm like, find something else to flip. Don't flip this project.
That's right.
So again, do a little bit more research on that particular thing. I think it's going to be another. It's a fantastic project from everything as far as hitting some of the deadlines, hitting and doing what they're saying they're going to be doing. Has been right on point with that. All right, and dun 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 dun. Go ahead, Jessica.
Oh yes, our artifact CloneX has launched. So a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of these that are coming out, even with the rigging, they're going to be fully rigged, 3D modeled. So that means even with gameplay, they'll be fully able to move in all motion. Some games or some figures that are made that they can't bend or they only can do certain things. So the way they are building out their 3D CloneX and how they have them even rigged for gameplay is really amazing. So they do come out with the public sale for 1 to 3, but for people that do actually own the artifact, like space strips or ferocious shoes, we will be able to mint, of course, up to 3 of those. So paying attention to, and just make sure I clear, Akiria is CloneX. Just to make sure they named it. So if you're confused with why you're seeing CloneX and not hearing Akiria, Akiria is CloneX. That is the official name to that project. And so these are the current NFTs that will allow you to get up to 3 of those. The MetaKey is only 1, as you do see. It says only 1 avatar if you own that specific edition. And so this did come out this weekend. CloneX, shout out to Akiria. To Artifact, sorry, not Akiria, for doing everything that they're doing. The project looks amazing. Like I said, the avatars, if you were invested into this project and did not sell, you're looking pretty right now. You cannot be complaining at all. Your returns that you could get from this project and even the stuff that they're going to continue to build out, the vision project they have, they're leading it. They're going to continue to lead it. Them being ahead of a lot of different projects and some of the things they're doing is really cool. So just pay attention to Artifact. They're definitely doing a lot of things with this CloneX project and other things that are in the metaverse. And even when I say that, you're thinking about Decentraland, you're thinking about, CryptoVox, so you can go to Sandbox. Their avatars are being built to be able to go to different metaverses. Mm-hmm. If there'll be all metaverses, I do not know, but how they're equipping them, it looks like they can go into gameplay, every different type of form that the metaverse will be built for. So it's pretty cool.
They're going to need to create a whole metaverse for them, just like they stuff is that good. We're like, we have our own metaverse now.
That's right. And not to say they're not.
Exactly. We don't know. So it's definitely one of those possibilities because, man, I keep looking at their stuff on here. And like I said, with this particular site, we've put it in the chat also for you all. You can literally go on here and see which items you may have. Simply by clicking on one of these. So this one will take you to the ferocious items that are available that qualify for this particular for you to be able to go on and mint 3. This is big. Jessica has said that before. I can't wait. If you have not sold, you are going to be doing very, very good out the gate on this particular project. One other thing is going to be very important. If you have not, make sure you've gone on and registered. It's one of the things that they have on the site. So if you have some of the items, go on and make sure you have your MetaMask wallet and stuff connected. For some of you who might have bought some of these items on Nifty Gateway, you're going to need to probably go ahead and move those over to either MetaMask wallet or your MetaMask or your Trust wallet. That way you can connect those particular things. And actually it says MetaMask. If you can get it over to your MetaMask, that way you can get this account connected so that you don't have any problems when it comes time to minting these bad boys. So this again is going to be the Artifact site that this is where you're going to need to go on and make sure you've created an account. So get your stuff moved, be ready for this particular drop because when it drops, it's going to be a big drop. 3 items and then after that they do the Dutch auction with the price of what, if I don't know if it's one ETH or 3 ETH, whatever the number is going to be for the open market, as far as for the public sale. That's going to be, I think that's going to sell fairly fast also, fairly fast also. Okay, so that's a couple things there. One other thing we wanted to add on here, if you have not, and you're like, this is another one of those opportunities, as far as they did tweet this the other day, they on the 26th, and I think this is still going. They're
Yeah,
going
wait,
to.
it's
What you
still
said?
going with, I'm sorry, it's still going with 11.4K retweets already. It only takes a retweet, but we're not, still, it ain't gonna take much of your time, but you can see the demand of how many people are trying to get that.
Yeah,
It's basically right now, if it's ETH price floor, so what, it's between 2,800 to almost $8,000, $9,000.
yeah,
Yeah, avatar, just by retweeting you get that. So it
yeah.
takes not much of your time to do that.
10 winners, October 3rd. I'm waiting for them to call my name.
Oh man, that's so high too. But I was like, it wasn't nearly that high when we first did, like
No,
the first day it came out. But just to even see the demand of how many retweets it's still currently getting, and then they're not announcing to the third.
to the third.
So
Yep. But I mean, look, this one came out the other day. When I was looking at Twitter, I was like, "Oh wow, this
that's
is
a whole nother
crazy."
level. Yeah.
It's a whole, yeah, you said it, a whole nother level as far as how they're creating their stuff. It is like a total different. How many times have you seen something like this created in the NFT space that looks like, that has this type of graphic, this type of detail? You
And these are
really
just
have.
drops. They're not even all the way completed. It's just giving you little tastes and bits. And
I'm like, how much does that resell for? If you happen to get that one, because that's gonna be crazy. But again, so again, go back. Definitely, if you can, and try to do the free thing. As far as I know, the odds of winning is going to be like really very low. But at the same time, it's not going to take you a lot of time to go on and enter this particular one. Now, if I'll tell you, everybody online, you should do this one. I'm not going to say that, hey, don't waste your time. Do this one. I did this one. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try this bad boy. But again, so artifacts still doing fantastic things. Okay. All right. Jessica.
oh yes, only one. So if those that are still may have only ones, we definitely still do. Like I say, we mostly do long-term projects. They did announce their first event this weekend, coming on the 2nd. You do have to hold a only one, and you will also be able to take a plus one. They did want to do it at costume attire, just because they are anime, and so a lot of that is themed based. So they did want to bring that into it. Like this event is going to be the first one that they will be hosting. So if you do have only one, and you are in the Los Angeles area, because that's where the event will be, you do have some steps that you have to take. Like this button here would be, you would have to register, and also so proof. They are going to have some requirements as far as vaccinations and things like that, with most events that are happening now are now doing. So if you do have only one and you are interested in maybe attending the event, it is going to be the first one of its kind. It will be a Derb serve. They will have an open sponsored bar. And so they are going to do, we don't know what to expect.
Yeah. We have no idea what to
Yeah.
expect.
I don't know what's going to be happening. Yeah. I know they're going to have a good time. I don't know if it's your type of good time or not, but it's going to be happening.
So we try to figure out how long I'm going to be upstairs with the party.
Yes. And even
That's been the joke around here.
Right.
We're like, okay, well, we need to go network with people who are in the
Yes.
NFT space. I think it's going to be a great opportunity. But they were, I'll just tell you, it's funny because my kids and my sister be like, well, Mom, we're not sure. And I'm like, okay, well, we need to do some more investigating to make sure I qualify to go, right? And they're like, okay, we think you might qualify to go. We're still waiting to see some more things in Discord.
I'm telling y'all right now, this a rave in there. She ain't going to know what to do. If they in there, she not even going to know how to leave. The lights and everything going to get her. So, yeah, we don't know yet, but it's even just to get in here right now, because the only ones are at a 2.25 floor. Like it's about $5,000 or $6,000 to attend the event if you were buying it at the current floor price. Right. Those that bought it before that, of course, it's not that much of an event that cost to them. But if you did want to attend the event, you do have to spend about $5,500 to $6,000 to attend the event. Mm-hmm. So we just want to put this out there to some people that may still own this only one. They are still doing a lot of stuff in the works in the background. They're going to be doing a lot of stuff still with some of the DJs and still putting on people. So pay attention to the Discords, to the Twitters. If you do still have this will be the upcoming event that is happening this Saturday.
Yeah, like we get a poster and some other NFT things. I think they're going to be given away during this particular event. But interesting, like I said, I think more and more of the NFT projects are definitely trying to do things to get NFT people together. So but we're gonna see. We have registered. We still investigating on my behalf. Everybody else is part of the group can probably go, but I'm like, I gotta investigate a little further.
I say you can just go get the poster and leave. At least you get the poster. No. No, just,
No,
yeah, so just that's just better to throw that out there.
All right, good stuff. All right. Okay, and next, what everybody has been waiting for, another big drop that's coming up this week, tomorrow. MetaKey, the
That's
MetaKey. Maddie has. We keep. I know we've been talking about this for some time. Definitely, we own the MetaKeys. I own the MetaKeys.
Mhm.
I'm entitled to get a free one. I'm like, yes, I get a free one. But I still think that this is a possibility of you definitely still should buy one of these. MetaKeys again are going to be dropping tomorrow. I think it's 3:00 my time. I'm on the West Coast. But just so in case I'm on the wrong time of your time, please confirm your own time zone so that you know as far as buying these keys. I'm not gonna say well it's 3. Well, even my West Coast folks, just double confirm your time so you won't be like, well, Tiala told me and I missed it. No, look at your own time zone. But these are gonna be dropping for point 2 tomorrow. These particular the MetaKey they are doing some fantastic things even on what they're doing with their MetaKeys as far as even as far as going on and being able to look at some of the courses that they offer for free for you. If you own the MetaKey, you can definitely go onto their particular site and go into the Meta Academy. The Meta Academy, that's what it's called. You can go there and and start watching some of the courses that they have had recorded for you if you'd like to learn anything else about NFTs. But I think to me it's almost like it's one. I shouldn't say it's a no brainer for me personally. It's a no brainer. But again, do your research, join their discords, look at some of the things that they're talking about. They have continued to increase in price. Even like I said, if you own whether you own 1, 2, or 3, those have gotten higher and higher in value. I'm just going to say they're like six ETH for some of them. I think and that might be even too low. I got to double check that. Just I don't know if you want to add anything on that.
Oh no, yes, and just even to add to that, like she's saying, this one edition here, because she may own all 3, they are going to give her that free edition. So if you are own all 3 editions, you will get this one for free. And then even knowing that there are going to be 7,500 of these coming out, so the price probably may not go definitely as high as the previous MetaKeys that are currently out, because those were, as you can see, a supply of 500, 7,500, and 1,000. And those were also created by specific artists that did do those MetaKeys. This one will have a 7,500 count. So it will be a benefit of like owning that key, because it does give you the same use as all the other MetaKeys. With as far as like Decentraland, you'll still get airdrops and things like the avatar will have access to. I'm not sure if this 4 will still give you access to the avatars that they have with the project. He announces utility to this all the time, and he will not stop building out utility to this. So only one of these and holding on to it. That's why I say it's usually buy 2, just in case you need to sell that one to cover the cost of those 2, and then hold on to the other one just to be able to have access to the different platforms. He's going to be in Sandbox, Decentraland, probably any other platform that is built out. He will have some type of access to by owning land there and giving you access. So even being tapped into him, being tapped into the MetaKey is going to be really important for you, because he's old school, Decentraland buying. So it does a lot of stuff in the space, definitely wants people to make it, does a lot of education. So definitely only 1 or 2 of these. Like I say, I would say 2 if you can, but if you can't, you can't. And don't expect them, like I said, to go up in that high of a 6 ETH price because of the count. If they do, they do. And you just see a lot more people in the space for that 7,500. It'll probably be multiple people buying 2 or 3 versus, as many. That's why it's important to try to just get in there and get one.
Yeah, very important. So this is not, and I think for him, he always is trying to get more people in the NFT space. So I think that the number of going to 7,500 from 1,000 to 7,500 was to get more people into the space, and also to help people who can't now go out and pay the 6 ETH for it, who can get in at a price to where hopefully they can still get it at a price to where it's reasonable for them to be able to get in compared to, what is, I think, 0.23. I didn't even check the price today of what ETH was, but it's like six to $800 is what the price will end up being for one of these particular MetaKeys. But when I went over and we were looking at the pricing earlier, a couple things as far as being very mindful of. If you're on Rarible, because let me just go back real quick. If you're on MetaKey and you go in here as far as going up to buy the MetaKey, I think it has it up here at the top. To get my MetaKey, it'll take you over to the Rarible site, which is going to be this particular site here. Couple things. When you're on Rarible, this is the floor price on Rarible. This is 10 ETH. Okay, so there's only 5 of these for sale over here on Rarible, and there's 3, I think, of this one available for purchase. So people are over here; they're actually going on and doing offers. Always remember, instead of when tomorrow's drops, let me be very clear. Tomorrow's drop, you're going to have to come to Rarible. I think it's going to only be on Rarible. I could be completely wrong. It could be on OpenSea also. I'm going to tell you, go from the link to the site that they tell you to go to and see if you can buy. But I wanted to show you this other thing as far as a variation. This is on Rarible. If you go over to OpenSea and you see the floor price on OpenSea, this is the floor price on OpenSea. So there is a difference in price of what? That's 3 ETH, 3.5 ETH, compared to this being 7 here and going over to Rarible and it being at 10.3. So if you're going to be looking to buy any of these, always try to do comparison. I'm talking about the aftermarket, not something on the particular drop, but on the aftermarket side of it. Check Rarible site, see what the price will be for that particular MetaKey. Check OpenSea's price to see what that same item may cost you by simply going there. And so I think the artifacts one again is still definitely continuing to go up, and it's simply because you're guaranteed to mint one of the avatars for free, not for free, for 0.05 or 0.0.
$150.
Yeah, that's why they buy. That's why they buying them.
That's right.
That's why they buying them. So just want to share that with you. But again, the MetaKey, fantastic project. Do your research on it. Be ready for the particular drop that's going to be happening tomorrow for the 0.2 ETH. Not to say that I still think it's one of those ones where I think it still might sell out fairly fast. I think the last ones, when he first started, he was saying that some of those took some time to sell out, but not no more. I'm still mad that I didn't buy 2.
And then make sure to check for that check mark, the MetaKey that's verified. That also will help you with not going to and buying stuff and not getting frauded out of any of your money, or because that check mark they verified it. They know it's a verified owner or to the card. So make sure you pay attention to things like that when you're on OpenSea.
Oh shoot, we got to keep moving. Oh my. Okay, let me move. Okay. All right. One thing. This was posted yesterday. Just when you posted 22 hours ago. Okay, we're gonna say it again. Make sure you know what you're selling, and make sure you know the prices. If you are selling, that you're selling for the right prices. This was, like I said, this was a matter of just following some of the things on Twitter, following things on Discord. If you guys own the Karma Bear, it is now, I think, almost $3,000 for the Karma Bear. Jessica had said, always know why the price is moving. It's important that you know why the price is moving. If you see something moving, you have it, and you're like, well, hey, I'm just going to put it for sale. Do a little bit of research. Take 5 minutes or 10 minutes to go figure out why is it moving, because you can literally be giving something away. And within the NFT space, there's no, I'm sorry, I bought that from you for the wrong price. There's no, I'm sorry. There's no, can you send that back to me? So you have to make sure you do your research as far as when you're putting things up for sale, or if you have things up for sale, go back and double check, and to either delist those things so that you can kind of get a better understanding and reprice some of your stuff. Because again, Nifty Gateway have started picking up. Some of you guys probably bought some of these back some time ago. This is the floor on the Karma Bears now. So this is the floor right now. The lowest ask is 3,200. I know some of you guys who probably own some of these that are like some of these rarer ones. The price of these things have jumped up like crazy. $49,000, $78,000, $95,000. Now, again, remember, these are the ones that have lower editions, but if you have them, hopefully you haven't sold them or given them away to someone else who knew what they were researching and knew what was up and coming, and you've given your stuff away for like $2, and it should have been like 2,000 or 200,000. So it's important.
Mhm. And like even she said, like to add to that, that was specific one. It says it's going to be a burn to it, and then another bear pops up. So like there's hints to letting you know that if you own that bear, you may be able to burn it for another one. But even on that other side, you also have to think if that bear is able to be burned, then that quantity of those bears is also going to go low.
Mhm.
So you got to know if you want to burn that bear. What if 800 people decide to burn it, and then there's not only 200 of that bear? This bear unburned is more valuable than it's just you have to know what you're doing on stuff and do the research into it. So this one did drop hints giving saying it may be a burn and then showing a new one. We just don't know how it's going to be applied. You don't know if you have to own one of the bears. You don't have to own two. But this price is going up because of who the artist is, and now because it entitles you to possibly a new, more rare NFT. So make sure you're educating yourself, knowing even if you want to burn versus not burning, because not burning can also make you have a more scarce item.
Good points. Good stuff. So again, double check those items if you have them. Go back and double check your wallets that you have on Nifty Gateway, and see if you own that, or make sure you ain't got it listed in for the wrong price. Okay, very very important. All right, we'll move on.
Snoop Deal Double G. I know you wasn't gonna say it like that.
I
So let me
was
just
like,
go. No, Snoop.
go ahead, Jessica. I'll let you. Since
Oh
you
yes,
said
so
you,
Snoop Dogg
I
is
mean,
dropping.
I know Snoop. Okay, I
Yeah,
do know
she do
Snoop. I'm not
know him.
gonna say
Well,
this.
she
I
ain't
don't know
listening,
Snoop.
but she know him. They just
I
happen
know
to
him.
be
I grew up
born
with Snoop,
sometimes
so
over, may have overlapped or sometime. So, but no. So yeah, so the metaverse or Snoop Dogg on the Sandbox is going to be having the land sale.
yeah.
And just to say, Snoop Dogg is probably with everybody that has dropped. He has brought so much attention to the metaverse and has
Yes.
had one of the best graphics I've seen set up in the metaverse. All like hands down. I
Period.
know I haven't seen some, but I've seen a lot. So he's gearing up just to maybe even have you in his concerts stadium. I don't know if he's gonna be building out a theme park. I don't know what he's gonna do, but right now it is coming as a concert stadium. So just to add to that, with him being on the map, you will be able to come and own one of those properties around the property that his estate is primarily at. And it is important with being on the map because depending on who people are looking for, that's where they're going to be at. And so they're going to be looking, okay, they're coming for Snoop. Anything that's around Snoop is going to be, important. Are they going to have their eyes on? It's just like with advertising. So they will be starting, I believe it's on the September 30th. Everything in the Snoop metaverse area will be starting to go on sale. They do have the price and how many plots of land that there will be. Sand may be going up or down, so knowing when to buy that sand is important, especially now you probably only have a couple of days. So it is just now about purchasing that sand and also having the ETH, of course. And as you can see, it's 598 for the 1,000 and 212 for 4,600 or so. And then there's going to be the auction of the land that will be going on around him. And those are just going to be the estates. And those are bigger sizes, as you see, like 3x3s and higher. So it is important on where your placement is in the sandbox. If you have not bought any land and you're maybe considering buying some land, who you buy land around is very important. Let them advertise for you too. So
Oh, yep.
get them over there. So if you are looking to buy any land this week, it will be. This is a good place and project to start with in the metaverse for the sandbox.
Especially if you need to advertise your business or so forth. Like if people's eyes are focused on his thing and you have a nice sized plot of land or something there, they also will be seeing your land because you're so close by. But again, it's not going to be a lot of land, so we're not sitting here saying, well, hey, you're going to be guaranteed to get a land. These bad boys are going to probably sell out like very very fast because the premium ones again also gives you, I think it's an entitlement to the pass, his pass to his party thing. So for his private party pass. So that's going to be the premium ones. So only 212 of those going to be available for 4,683 sand. So it's probably a couple $1,000s of sand token that you're going to need in order to buy this premium one. This one's going to cost you about probably $600 or $700. I'd have to look at the price of sand to give you that actual amount, but that's what that would be. Okay. All right. So here's a picture again. So on the sandbox land, here's Snoop Dogg. So here's his particular land over here right now. That's where he's currently at. All right. All right. Okay. We we've been saying this like a couple times, and I think it came up even as far as Jessica was talking about on the Twitter account. It's not a secret. We've been like, okay, people are. It's not a scam. Everybody, again, my new people. If all these people are putting all this money in this NFT stuff, you better start paying attention. Snoop. I mean, when we talk about the land, not to keep the heart on Snoop or anything, but when you look at even with him putting his land or buying that land and coming out, it's taken some time to develop this land. This 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 land, this didn't just happen like overnight. We're like, okay, well, I think I'm going to create a sandbox. No, they've been doing this in the background for some time. So because you again don't know and you don't understand, these people are investing in a lot of this stuff. And if you start paying attention and getting into some of the projects, although people aren't saying anything, if you're invested in them, you're still going to be sitting very pretty at the end. You're still going to be sitting very, very pretty on those. But again, this Twitter account, Jessica and I were laughing about this morning. We're looking like, okay, Twitter, Snoop Dogg claims this Twitter account that's been buying like all these NFTs. Wow, let's go see what Snoop has been saying. So again, this is the name that Snoop Dogg has kind of, and like I said, all these are articles. We're just trying to put the things together. It could be totally, but from what we've been able to track, this is what we've kind of looked at.
Yeah, we dropped that on, I think, like last week sometime.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah, so like we're saying, Cosmo de Medica. I hope I pronounced it right. It was the name or the account that Snoop did announce for that he owned out on the social media. So there was also another sale that related to this name, also that just happened yesterday. It was for $3 million. So on Super Ride for a copy of X Copy. So if you are paying attention and if you're looking at the profiles on Twitter and the same names, and then you even go to this specific artist that sold this piece on the Super Rare site, at the bottom you do see the owner, and it also has the same name. So it is supposed to be, if you click on it, it also will have the same profile pic. Over here you see the frog. It is the same picture as the profile pic of the Twitter page that is supposed to be Snoop's. But as you can tell, this one just sold for $3 million. So there is still a lot of money being spent on rare pieces. A lot of people may not know who X Copy is, or a lot of artists that were out old school or were in this before even anybody was looking at it. They were doing work previously. And so their copies of their art is going to be a lot more rare. So artists that are coming in knowing that this is generally just going to go up and up are coming in and still spending $3 million, almost $4 million on art pieces for those artists that have rare pieces. So it's just, you'll see little hints, or if you're not following everything around and picking up who's posting what, you may not be connecting the dots to certain stuff, but you can see he is spending so much millions of dollars into this space. And a lot of people are, it is this true that there are celebrities and artists coming into this space, and it is helping to a degree because it's helping the mainstream. If that's how we have to get mainstream to get adopted to this space, or for them to even ask what an NFT is, then that's what's going to have to happen. So we already know what the power of celebrities and stuff can do in this country. So we're not going to pretend like when they come into this space, it's not going to do anything. It is going to do stuff. And seeing that they're spending money on artists and stuff like this lets you know they're not just going to be spending $4 million and think that it's going to go to zero.
Exactly.
So you definitely may not be able to start off this, but investing in projects, because it's so early and you're so early in this space, you can get into projects at $100 and $200, and they will go up to this. Most people in this space would tell you if they held on to their items now, they would be like the item would have been $100,000 versus when they sold it $1,000 or $10,000.
Yep.
And that is key, holding on to things, especially for time. Collectibles is just like art. Anything in art or with collectibles over time gets value. Treat the NFTs the same. Find those projects that have longevity, are building into their platforms, are spending money, and making sure they reward their community. So this one is just showing you guys the power of some celebrities are coming in this space, and they're also putting a lot of money into NFTs currently. So,
and I said, I don't even care if it's not Snoop. I'm just like, somebody still paid $3 million, almost $4. I'm like, I don't care who it is. Almost $4 million on a NFT. That in itself is like mind-boggling. but it's definitely happening in the space of the NFTs. I don't care. Like I said, I think when I even look back at when we were, I think it was some time, it was back in January, February, when we were going to pull the trigger. I think it was the Crypto Punks. We were buying those tickets.
Oh, yes.
I'm still sick. I'm just going to
Sick.
say it.
She
I'm
was
still
calling
sick
around.
because
Yep.
I think Pransky was offering something where you could buy a ticket and he was going to entitle you to either get some type of you didn't know which punk you were going to get. It was like eleven to $15,000, and I called my sisters and everybody. I was like, "Hey, listen, how about we all just go in so it's not a risk on everybody?" And we're just like, "Okay, let's just put like everybody put in $35,000 in, and we can just go in and buy it." And I hesitated, and I was like, "Nah, let me just redo it." Man, oh man, yeah. Do you know the
You
story?
can't be like her. Yeah, it's gonna be too many of them. You're gonna be like, I'm sick.
Yeah.
But it's
But I
true.
moved on. I missed it.
Yeah.
So that, but that hesitating
Yep.
can cost you
Cost
hundreds
you
of thousands of dollars.
hundreds.
Hesitating can really cost you that. But like I said, if you know some of the stuff that you're doing, that's like when Jessica, we'll be on the phone sometime, we'll be laughing like, okay, I think I'm like, Jessica, listen, you got to listen to this one. I said, I think I should buy this one. I said, I know it's going to cost, it might cost whatever the amount's going to be. I was like, I really think I should pull the trigger on this one. And she'd be like, sis, no, sis. I'm like, but Jessica, and then I got to come back and convince her again. I'm like, Jessica, but listen, this is why I really think I do this all the time.
Yeah, we'll go back and forth. She right.
And then sometimes I'll be right, sometimes she'll be right. I'll be like, okay, I'm glad you told me just not to buy that one. But it's one that I'm gonna buy. I'm still.
Yep.
I already told her I'm gonna buy this one. I'm just trying to convince her a little bit more. So, but again, it just takes time when you're researching. Because like I said, this one's not like $2 that I'm trying to buy. So she'll be like, well, sis, just do a little bit more research. We'll do some more research on that one. I'm like, okay, but the price is moving like right now. We got
to get it.
Then she'll be like, okay, but again, it's going to be important, again, when you're doing the NFT space of being able to pull the trigger. Sometimes it is. You can't do a full as much research as you would like. We've definitely had to do that. But again, many times, if you know at least some of the other artists that are participating in that project, you kind of like, okay, it's worth taking that risk.
Add to that, we've definitely had to do that, and I definitely wish I had a burn address also because I have done that. And I was like, how did I get this in my wallet? And I have sent it. I have purposely created another wallet to send it to. I'm like, I'm gonna create a burn address or something because this is not okay. One of the people that was just like that. Let me get on the activity. Let me go in the Discord. If I went to Discord, I would have seen a picture. I was like, oh no, I wouldn't do that. So yes, you will get caught up on just looking at activity. Yeah, I need a burn address.
That has happened for sure. You say you need just a separate burn address to be like, you don't even want to be related to the project no more. Like, did I really buy that? You're like, yeah, I really bought that. Like my Jurassic Park the other day, but that was a great buy still. But I know, but it wasn't really the Jurassic Park.
Oh, it was T-Pain. She saw an eagle or a bird and thought it was Jurassic Park. I think it's Jurassic Park.
I literally did. I'm not even going. I was like, oh man, that looks pretty cool. But see, wait a minute. This is what really happened. Jessica had put a notice out. I had missed the notice, and we had already been talking about, but I hadn't really paid attention. I was like, I don't buy anything right now. Then I was like, 3 to 5 minutes before, I'm calling Jessica. I'm like, Jessica, man, I forgot about the drop today. I gotta buy this art piece. I said, it's dropping like in 3 to 5 minutes. And so I'm trying to look at the picture. I clicked the button. I was like, oh man, that's a pretty cool looking Jurassic thing looking. I was like, that's pretty cool. I said, the graphics on that is nice. I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. And I had clicked buy, and I was like, I bought it, and I told Jessica, this is the reason why I bought it. I said, the graphics was like fantastic. She's like, do you know who you bought? I was like, well, I thought I knew it was a giraffe thing. I thought that Jurassic thing. She's like, no, sis, that's not who you. I was like, but it's still a nice piece of art. I still have it in my art. I was number 2. I got art piece number 2 on it.
So, and just even to elaborate that in the group, when I am posting stuff on Facebook, it is also to educate you and to show you what other artists are doing in this space. I do not buy everything. Most things I do buy in the group, but it is educational research and see if you do want to buy. Like, especially with this artists are coming out earlier than a lot of their fans. So she was over there buying, don't even know who it was, why, when, or nothing. So
it was nice.
It was nice. It was
I bought
really
a winner though. I bought a winner.
It was good.
No, so y'all get to see both sides of it. Sometimes we'd be like, okay, you bought that. You'd be like, yeah. What wallet can I send that to? Like, don't even put that on my regular profile.
Oh man.
All right, let's keep moving here because that's important thing. Okay, one other thing as far as this one drops literally in like 2 hours and 35 minutes. For me, I just looked at the graphics on this. Do some research on this one. Am I gonna probably pull the trigger because I think it's like yesterday they were supposed to drop, but I think they had a problem on their site of dropping. It's on the Solano network, but just their graphics on this particular thing. I don't know if I can show you this real quick. Hope it's not too loud. Come on. Okay, but that's just part of their graphic stuff that I did see, and I was like, okay, let me see. So this is literally I'm sharing with you all that I'm going to go research this a little bit more. If in 2 hours and 34 minutes, I'm like, okay, I've researched enough, and I think this is a winner. From the graphics alone, I kind of like, ooh, this is like they might be doing something over here. But again, I'll take the time, I'll go back and I'll read their Discord, see what people are talking about within the Discord to see if people are very angry about this particular project or are they still very excited about this particular project. Doesn't mean that after I've done all this research that I can even still buy it. It may sell out instantly. It may be one of those ones that you want a burn address for. I'm just telling you realistically. But again, looking at the graphics on it, that's really what catches my eye when I see that they do that type of graphics. Their video, the music, all of those things. It lines up very well. But do some research on this particular project. You got like 2 hours and 33 minutes to do some research on this particular project to see if it's one of the ones that you would like to buy. And they do also have some things on a Medium article that you can definitely go back and read too. So that is that one. Just I don't know if anything you want to add on that one.
Oh no, like she said, the art looks really good. It is on the Solana blockchain. Don't try the projects that are building out on that just because Solana's having an issue. Sometimes it may go negative on the project, but it is not the actual project. It is the Solana network that was having an issue. So if you are interested or you bought some other Solana NFTs and you do know the marketplace, or you can sell you can look into this, see if it's something that's in the budget that you do want to buy. And like you say, if you're willing to take that risk and get it because of all the research that you did do, it's a project you want to back, then you're going to do it. They do have some other things like it's important to read up on how the pieces will work in merging them, I believe. Like I said, like she said, this day, go to the Medium and read up on that. But graphically, it looks amazing. I do like the visuals that they do have with it. So.
Yeah, really good stuff. Okay. I can't believe we made it through it. Okay, we can breathe now.
Yes, we're done.
Okay, I think that hopefully we have shared enough information with you all for today. Like I said, just trying to tell you how our mind kind of thinks about different projects we're looking at. Some of the things, some of the good side and some of the bad side. We're like very honest. It's like we're not one of those ones that claim to be like, oh well, yeah, we bought everything right. No, we got some stuff in our wallet that will forever be in our wallet.
Sometimes you learn too.
Yeah, that's how we learn. Exactly. It's how you learn. And like I said, you learn. You're like, okay, I'll never buy that particular person again. I'll buy that and never buy that one again. But it's just it's a part of your growing parts of being within an NFT space. And so if you are new, figure out where your budget is going to be at, because there's literally something for you to buy every day, all day in the NFT space. Literally every day, all day. As I told Jessica, I was like, the last couple of days, I was like, Jessica, I've just been excited. I was like, I'm not even looking, because sometimes you need like a mental break from just looking at NFTs and or even just crypto or whatever. The last couple of days I was like, you know what? I'm not even really gonna look to buy anything. Like, and so if I see something or I know there's a good drop, then I'll go ahead and pay attention. But otherwise, I'm like, sometimes you need a brain space. You just need you need a break. So again, don't think that you have to come over into this particular space and buy something every single day. You will go broke. I promise. Before
stay liquid.
You stay liquid. Yep, stay liquid. Because when those big good projects come up, you want to be ready to go. So get your money ready for artifacts. That's what I'm saying. Because I am ready. If I'm not gonna be ready for nothing else, I'm gonna
I'll
be
be
ready
ready
for
for
artifacts. And
artifacts.
my kids are kind of like, well, mom, well, what are you, where are you gonna mint for us? I'm like, mint for you. You know what you asking, but I already. My sister has already told me that that's what already gonna happen. So I've come to the conclusion I'm gonna lose some of my avatars. I'm
Yes.
already there. I've already taken that into consideration that I'm not going to get what I really thought I had. So, but again, once again, we have nothing else for you. Remember, we're back on this evening again at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So hopefully you all will join back in with us. We will probably recap a little bit of this, a few items of what we've gone over today, and then hopefully we'll have some new items also for you all this evening to talk about. Because like I said, NFTs can change within like hours. Another drop, or we could get another tweet or another something could come out and be like, hey, go take a look at this particular project. So again, if you have any friends or family, please remember to continue to send them to whatsnfts.com. That is our Facebook group. And so that's where we definitely put a lot of our information and also on our YouTube channel. And whether you're on Twitch or wherever you're at, we're there also. So again, once again, thank you all so much for hopping on with us this afternoon. Really, really appreciate you guys joining in with us. And you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And we will see you all hopefully this evening.
Yes. Have a great one.